In this video, I'm gonna be going over the pros and the cons of living in Vista, California. I'm gonna give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you guys stick around until the end, I'm gonna share a con with you that's not really talked about, but it's kind of a need to know. It might alter your decision whether or not you wanna move to Vista, California. So let's get after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything that there is about living, eating, breathing, playing, anything in Vista, California, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Vista, California. Hi, my name is Jonathan. The team and I get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move, and we absolutely love it. So whether you guys are moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom one-on-one so we can get face-to-face. We would love to help you make that smooth move to Vista, California. So Vista, California has a population of over 100,000 people, right? So I'm gonna give you guys a little deep dive into Vista. If you guys wanna know more, check out my Vista vlog as well. It does have a rural type feeling living there, like a suburban rural type feeling. They do have some foothills in Vista. There's many different communities within Vista. Majority of it is a little older, I will say that. So within the foothills, very much like it sounds, it is a foothill. So you guys, there's no sidewalks. You guys probably have to ride a bike or take a car to, get anywhere for transportation around that specific area. It is known for its abundant microbreweries, their shopping attractions, their restaurants, their theaters. Vista does have a lot going on. It's a really, some people call it like a small little beach city, even though it's not right off the beach, but it's fairly close. So that is just, if you guys want to look at it as that, I know some residents will say like, hey, we're a small little beach city. And I can see it to some extent. However, guys, let's jump really into it. Now, I know it's kind of known for the abundant microbreweries, but as well, there's this awesome distillery. It's a vodka distillery in Vista called Misadventure. So you guys need to check that out. I have a buddy named Derek that works there that I help him buy a house in Oceanside. So if you guys see Derek, hey, shout out, say Jonathan, told us about you, give me an extra shot, whatever the case may be. I'm just kidding. But at any rate, you guys, they do have more than just, those microbreweries. So there's a couple distilleries out there. They also have a lot of annual events, well, more than one. So I would say a lot more than, the average, I would say. But they do have, annual events every single year, such as the Rhythm and Brews annual event, which is usually every single May. Now, COVID kind of switched things up a little bit. However, they're starting to get back on track. There's also the Vista Annual Strawberry Festival, which is really rad. Also check that out. And they also have the Vista Rod Run. It's so sick, you guys. So the Rod Run basically is a bunch of old classic cars, not bunch, but majority of them are old. They're classic cars, muscle cars, like souped up, really sick antique cars. There's also, newer cars that go and show out. I usually see every now and then Lamborghinis or McLarens or whatever the case may be, but there's all these different types of cars that go out, have fun, and just spend the day out there. So again, it's really cool. So if you're a resident of Vista, California, I highly recommend you guys check those things out. If you're not, if you're nearby or neighboring city, go check it out. Just see what's it about, right? It's always cool just to go out there and check things out because there's a lot that Vista has to offer. Now, let me start going into really deep diving into the pros and the cons, the goods and the bads, right? So with all that being said, I say this in all my videos, if you guys want your desserts or veggies first, right? That's what my mom always used to ask me. Of course, I would say, hey, give me my desserts. And my mom would say, well, here's your veggies now that you said that. But I'm not gonna do that to you guys. So let me give you guys your desserts and let's jump into pro number one. So pro number one of living in Vista, California, you guys, is gonna be the recreational activities. So for example, today on a hot summer day, you guys, you just kind of want to go out, get in the water, enjoy, have a good time, right? Well, you guys can do that within Vista because you can go to the beach within 15 to 25 minute drive, depending on where you live in Vista, or you can go to the Wave Water Park in Vista, California, or you guys can go take out the kids to play some arcade games or mini golf. You guys could take them to Boomers. There's Boomers also in Vista, California. Or maybe you guys just want to get out and play some golf, some disc golf. They have that option as well. Or maybe you like to be indoors, but you still like to get out of the house, right? So you don't want to be outside in that sun, right? Well, they have a variety of different options, shopping centers. They have Vista Village Park, or you guys can go check out the museum. They have this little antique museum within Vista. Again, variety of options, so many things to do. You guys could go walking. I'm not gonna say there's a whole lot of hiking trails. I'm gonna be completely transparent, but within Vista at least, but around Vista, there's a lot going on. But in Vista, as far as hiking, no, but there's plenty of parks. There's sports parks, and there's just regular parks all day long. So you guys, there is some things to do in Vista. I mean, the recreational activities, again, there's a lot to do there in Vista, California that you guys could enjoy with your friends, with your kids or families, whatever the case may be. But that is gonna be pro number one of living in Vista, California. Pro number two of living in Vista, California is gonna be the location, you guys. Now, what about the location, Jonathan? Location in Vista it's money. It is A1 sauce. That is what the young, cool kids say nowadays. Now, I don't know why they say that. But anyways, you guys can go left, right, east, west, south, and you guys are pretty much any place that you really want to go. So if you guys go west, you guys are in Oceanside, the beach. You guys go south, you guys could go towards San Diego. If you go east, you guys are like, hey, we're in San Marcos, we're in Escondido, or we can go, up to the mountains or whatever the case may be. So the location is really key because, again, you're not too far from the beach, right? You're not too far from downtown San Diego. You guys are kind of centrally located in that North County San Diego area, which is really cool because, within a 10-mile radius, you guys have tremendous amounts of things to do in activities like in Oceanside or Carlsbad or San Marcos or Escondido or Fallbrook. If you guys really wanted to get out there to go hike out and out there, you know what I mean? That was a little weird. But at any rate, you guys, again, the location is really great just because you can do so much things in and around the area of Vista, California. So that's why we're saying that location is pro number two. Pro number three of living in Vista, California, you guys, is going to be the diversity. Now, the diversity in Vista, California is actually ranked really, really high. So out of 100, Vista scores a 91. So that just comes to show it's very, very, very diverse. And so that's really good because it just brings a whole lot of different things to the community of Vista, right? So not just the people, it brings all these other things, different types of businesses, different types of foods. Foods is gonna be my primarily example because I'm a food junkie. But again, if you guys, with a very diverse community, you know that one day, hey, you can have Mexican. The next day you can have Italian, Chinese, Mediterranean, seafood, Japanese, whatever the case may be. You guys will never run out of food options in Vista, California. Now, I'm gonna say Vista, California's majority of the population is Hispanic driven. And so with that, there's a lot more Hispanic types of foods within Vista, California, but again, it's still very cultured or multi-cultured, where you can do, different types of things and check out different types of areas and different types of businesses. So that's a really cool thing about Vista, that it is very diverse. And, again, with diversity just comes different options, and it gives you the ability to learn different types of people, different types of cultures, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why we're naming diversity as pro number three. So pro number four, and the final pro of living in Vista, California, is going to be the weather. Now the weather in Vista, California year round is just pretty freaking good. Now I'm not gonna say that it's Carlsbad good or Oceanside good, but it's pretty dang on close, right? So it's not hugging a coastal city, or it's not a coastal city and hugging, you know, a beach, but it's pretty near, right? So it's not too hot, yet it's not too cold. And so majority throughout the year round, it usually tends to stay from 47 degrees during the winter all the way to 79 degrees. Does it ever rarely go below 39? Rarely. It rarely goes above 85. So that just kind of gives you guys a good gist and understanding of what the weather looks like in Vista, California. So that's a really cool thing. The summers are really warm with the clear, beautiful skies. The winters are very long and cool, but not too cool, if that makes sense. So the weather in Vista, California, it's almost dang near perfect, like a beach city. So that is gonna finish off all the pros, all the desserts of living in Vista, California. Now let me give you guys your veggies and let's jump into the cons. Con number one of living in Vista, California, you guys, it's going to be the cost of living. Now the cost in living in Vista, California actually ranks higher than the national average. So let me read this to you guys really fast. The housing expenses in Vista, California are 96% higher than the national average. Utility prices are 21% higher than the national average. Transportations like bus fares and gas prices are 32% higher, and the grocery prices are 12% higher than the national average. So you guys, that is, you know, some studies shown from different types of statistics that showed the cost of living in Vista, it is a little bit higher than the national average. Now, given the fact we're in Southern California, yes, it's gonna be a lot higher than, you know, the East Coast, where there just tends not to be as much population, not much businesses, and there's not much of, you know, growth in the economy out there as fast as I would say Southern California. However, that's me being very transparent with you guys and very honest that the cost of living, it is a little bit higher in Vista, California. So that is a big major factor of people's consideration when they move to Vista, California. However, it's not the biggest deal breaker. You can still get relatively affordable housing in Vista. It's just the cost of living itself tends to be slightly higher than the national average. So I hope that was useful to you guys. Now let's go into con number two. Con number two of living in Vista, California, you guys. Could be good, could be bad, depending on how you see this, okay? So it's a lack of maintenance in communities. Now, when I say the lack of maintenance, you guys, what I'm basically trying to say, there's not a whole lot of neighborhoods in Vista, California that has homeowners association, AKA HOA, right? So they're not really enforced to cut their grass or take care of their yard or make sure the house is painted and it's not chipping away, right? So when there's a lack of a lot of like, let's say HOA communities or lack of mellow roofs in the area, that just kind of means, you guys, that hey, homeowners are not enforced to cut their grass. However, they are expected still by the city to maintain it to a well standard, you know, what a house should look like. Now, I'm not gonna say that you guys can move to Vista and just let, you know, your yard go to crap, right? You're probably gonna get ticketed, you'll probably get fined. However, a lot of the neighborhoods can be seen run down in Vista just because of the lack of HOA within communities. However, again, that could not necessarily be a bad thing because a lot of people like to avoid HOA, but again, you might see some rundown neighborhoods. Now, not all of them are like that. I just wanted to state that, to me being very honest, that you will see those. So when you go to Vista and you'll be like, this guy Jonathan was telling me all these great things, but look at these weeds to the knees or to the waist, right? So again, that is why we're naming that as con number two. Now let me finish off with con number three. Con number three, the final con, and again, it's not really talked about, not really said, and you know, nobody really speaks about it. So let me just jump into it, you guys. It's gonna be earthquakes and the fires in Vista, California. So Vista, California does have a high probability of being in an earthquake. So it's a high risk earthquake area. So that's something that you guys need to know, especially if you are afraid of earthquakes. Now I'm gonna say this. They're not big, ginormous earthquakes like 5.0, 7.5 magnitude. They're smaller ends, you know, a half or maybe a 1 magnitude, whatever the case may be. But again, they are there, and it is a higher risk area for earthquakes. Along with that, fires. So a lot of places in Vista, California does have a high probability of being in a fire hazard zone. I'm using my quotation marks because that's a proper term. Fire hazard zones, right? Well, you're not only risking yourself of being in a fire, but you're also gonna get a risk of increasing your homeowner's insurance because you're in a fire hazard zone. So it's kind of a double insurance is gonna get you, because they're getting us in California right now. But at any rate, you guys, that is gonna finish off all my cons. So I hope you guys enjoyed all your veggies and all your desserts. Now we're gonna jump into a market recap so I can tell you guys a little bit more about the current state of Vista, California. So market recap time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed your desserts and your veggies. If you guys have questions about any of the pros or any of the cons, just comment down below. Let me know what questions you may have. Again, I hope this was useful. I hope you guys see the potential good in Vista and, you know, some of the bad that may come along with it. Now, that was me being very transparent. Everything that I see, I've lived there for years. I've lived there for about 3 years in Vista, California. It was a great time of my life. There was always a lot to do. Again, I was always able to go to the beach within a 10 or 15 minute drive. So it was really cool, really rad that I had those options, or go to downtown San Diego within like a 45-minute drive, right? Or I could hit up the wineries in Temecula in 30 minutes. So again, the location was really great. A lot of stuff to do in Vista, and I've seen it through the years come up more and more and more, especially that downtown area. They've really built that place really great, where they've just got more things going on, whether it's restaurants or the movie theaters, or, you know, just different types of things that you guys could always entertain yourself with. And the breweries, you guys, are amazing. I mean, they're amazing. There's not one brewery that I would give below a 4.5 stars. That's me being very honest with you guys. Again, very great areas, restaurants, breweries in Vista, California. However, again, like I stated, you will have those cons. You will have a higher cost of living, right? You guys will have those earthquakes or those fires. Some of the neighborhoods in Vista can be a little bit run down. Now, I'm not gonna say they're all run down. I'm just saying some of the neighborhoods can be like that, and you guys will see it. So again, that is some of the things about Vista. But overall, it is a great place to live. As far as housing, it is pretty affordable compared to the coastal cities or a little bit more inland, because you're not gonna pay like a tremendous amount to be 15 minutes to 25 minutes from the beach. However, I mean, it's not, you know, the East Coast where you're gonna pay, you know, a sack of potatoes and $2 for a house. But it's still, given that we are in San Diego, one of the highest cost of living areas in the nation, and you can still afford a pretty decent house, you know, kind of says a lot. So Vista overall, again, is just a great place to be. If you do have questions, again, just comment down below. Let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching Living in South California.